Okay, we're live. We're live. How about you? You okay?
Hey, I'm live too. Hey, hello everyone.
Hey, okay. All right. Okay, so let me just let's just do a really quick sound check first for anyone who is in chat right now. How do we sound? How do we sound? Do we need to adjust anything?
Hello. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear?
Hello. Hello. I mean, you sound fine on my end. I'm not sure about I'm not sure about the other side. But okay. Well, unless anyone has noticed anything different. Okay, so let's just start here really quick. Hey everyone, welcome to a early Mahjong Soul stream. At least early for me. I usually do this on Saturdays around the same time, just because I work Saturdays and I kind of like this is when I like end the week on every so often. So, and because it's just something to relax with. But yeah, we're doing it on Friday today. So for anyone who is for anyone at least on my side who is used to seeing it Saturday, that's why we're doing it today. Also, because this is the only time we can get our guest here today. So please introduce yourself first, and yeah.
Hello. My name is Daniel, also known as DanTech. I'm a VTuber on Twitch. Hi, nice to meet you, everybody. I've been following Ruka for a bit on Twitter and stuff, and I saw a message that he was asking if there were any VTubers that like Mahjong, and I happen to like Mahjong, so I replied because I also don't know anyone that likes Mahjong, so I wanted to play with someone else.
All right. I mean, there's quite a few actually, but you just gotta find them. To be honest, you just really have to find them.
Yeah, they're rare. They're like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
I don't think that they're rare. They just don't really talk about it that much. But there's a few. There's a few. I have played with a couple of people. But yeah. Anyway, also for anyone who don't know me, my name's Ruka. Welcome. My head is. Wait, my head is like all over the place. I'm sorry. My name is Ruka. I am a. I don't even know what I am these days. But I'm basically a food truck owner, but I think that's not really accurate these days. Let's just say I like experimenting with things, mainly food, and trying a bunch of different stuff. Usually do food reviews and maybe not so popular games on my channel, mostly niche stuff, Mahjong being one of them, and I just like to try a bunch of different things out. That's pretty much it.
That's okay. Play your truth. Play the stuff that you like. That's what I learned.
Yeah.
Don't play the stuff that's popular. Play the stuff that makes you happy, and that will make people happy.
I mean, if I just play something that happens to be popular and it's because I like it, not necessarily because I'm trying to follow a trend or anything like that. That's just
True.
like when Elden Ring came out, I didn't play because I didn't really vibe with it, but there's some people who generally like that, and there's nothing you can say about that. So
Yeah.
okay, but anyway, today we are playing some Mahjong. We're playing some Mahjong with Dan here, and we're basically just gonna be doing our usual talking and playing Mahjong at the same time. So let me get the room started up, and then let's see. We are
For anyone in the chat, we are going to be allowing people to join us in the table.
okay. So I'm gonna be doing a 4-player room, East only, 300 seconds. 300 seconds just to give time for everyone. East only to make the game short. But 4-player, yeah.
You mean 300 seconds like on each turn?
I think it's 300 seconds total. But
Okay.
yeah. So I already created the room. Let me give you the link also here on your end. So I have posted the link. We're gonna wait for Dan to get in here first, and then hopefully, if you guys want to play, please join us. And if we can't find like a third or fourth people, I'm gonna add AI. That's just gonna be how it's gonna be. Sometimes it does take up people a little bit of time to roll in, so there is that too. I think there were some people that
Hi.
I think there were some people that were actually interested. At least there was one person I saw that was interested. That was a friend of mine earlier.
Phase 300 from 2K 2.5 to 3. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's before we get started, did you send everyone the link and code on your side?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
send the link.
All right. So we're just gonna wait a little bit, and before we get started, before that though, Dan,
Yeah.
so how did you get into Mahjong? What's your skill level like? Cause I mean, it's not something I usually ask, but I think we were gonna talk about it anyway.
Well, you see, I happen to be a fan of a podcast of people that live in Japan.
Ah.
And there was one day that in an episode, one of them was discussing that he got into Mahjong, and he like explained a little bit of what it is. And I've been known for being a board game aficionado. I really like board games. They're like my favorite thing to do ever, of anything. And I was like, okay, this seems like a game that has existed for a long time, and it's something that maybe I would like to try. I realized that I have a Switch, and I have the 51 game thing. Do you know the game?
Mm-hmm.
It's a game that has a lot of different board games, and one of them was Mahjong, and it had like a tutorial for it. So I was like, oh, okay, I can try playing it through that. I can try to learn it. Then when I got a little bit accustomed to like the basic stuff, someone mentioned to me that they heard about this game, the Mahjong Soul, and then I started playing here, and that's when I got like a little bit more into the more specific rules. I saw a lot of videos on YouTube trying to learn all of the rules and stuff. But so far I haven't been able to play with other people, because it's a little bit of a tall order to tell your friend in like a completely different part of the world, hey, do you want to play this ancient board game from people from another country with these tiles that have things on it that you don't understand what they mean?
Okay. I get where you're coming from. Also, welcome Blue Cheese to joining the room.
That's one of my viewers.
Okay, we're gonna wait a little bit long.
Okay.
Maybe we'll wait like 2 more minutes at most, and then we'll get started.
He's also a VTuber too.
Okay. Welcome. But yeah, I'm honestly, if you're playing on Mahjong Soul and you're worried about playing with other people, just start rank. Honestly, just start rank. There's really like no communication with anyone except for emotes and stuff like that. So I mean, if you're worried about getting, I don't know, shit talked or anything like that, it's just not gonna really happen, to be honest. So, or if you're just worried about playing badly, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Going into the Mahjong rooms, as far as ranked is concerned, that is a learning experience. You can lose as much as you want, and the only thing that's probably going to be hurt is your, I don't know, self-esteem. Probably.
I think that's exactly the problem.
Well, you kind of have to. If you're gonna get better, to be honest.
Yeah.
So there's no escaping it. It's just part of the game. It's just part of the game. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add an AI, and we'll get started here.
Kelly.
Okay. So, as I've told Dan earlier, the point of today is just have fun, talk about random stuff, and we go from there. Like we are playing Mahjong, but for the most part, that's just me being bad at doing a let's talk, to be honest. So, yeah. But okay, so we kind of got into how you got into it. Are you doing? Is there anything that you're? I don't know. What have you been up to recently? Let's just start there first.
What I've been doing recently. Well, I've been. Oh, sorry, I got excited.
Don't worry.
Recently, I just bought a capture card for my Switch. I'm excited to start doing streams about games from there.
Oh, okay.
I've been mostly doing like PC games and stuff, but and I do like PC games. There's a lot of them that I like. But I'm also a big fan of Nintendo games, so I'm gonna be probably playing some of them in the future.
Okay. Any game in particular that you're looking to do?
Oh, I'm every single time I have free time, I hop into the Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
That's. I mean, a lot of people's been playing it recently.
Yeah, I'm a little bit sad I cannot restart it so I can play it completely on stream. Did you? What happened, Blue Cheese?
Don't worry about it. It happens.
Yeah, it happens. I
It
know.
happens.
I know. I've been there.
But yeah. I haven't been. I know a lot of people are playing it, but it's not. I don't know. I just haven't played it myself. I haven't played the first one either. I don't know. The open world thing is just not my thing somehow.
Oh, that's understandable.
I mean, it's big. It's big.
It's very, very big.
It's very big. How far are you? And how far are you like starting over from?
I've done like 2 of the main like mission things. Like at the start of the game, they tell you, "Hey, go to these 4 places and solve the problems that are going on there." I've done 2 of them.
Okay, so not very far.
Yeah, but the thing is, I like to do everything there is to do in a game before finishing it. And the problem there. Oh, to share me. Thank you for following. Welcome. And so that game has a lot of exploration and a lot of different like missions that are not necessary to do, and things specific to characters and places. And I just get stuck. I need to walk like 1 kilometer, but it takes me years because I need to talk with everyone and pick up everything that there is in the way.
I get that. I know in a lot of games. I don't know. There are a lot of people that don't like side quests, or at least if they're streaming, try not to do side quests because it makes it takes forever to finish anything. But I don't know. I kind of like side quests just because it does add a little bit. Sometimes they add a little bit more story, and they're kind of funny sometimes. Like, have you ever played the Yakuza series, or heard of, or know what the Yakuza series are?
That's very up there on my list of things I need to play.
Yeah,
I haven't tried any of them.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people start with Yakuza 0, and technically Yakuza 0 is a little bit later in the series as far as when it's made, but story-wise, that's where everything started. So
yeah, it's supposed to be like a prequel, right?
yeah, it's a prequel. So a lot of people start there. I think that's my first Yakuza game that I finished recently, and after playing it, apparently the Yakuza series is made up with a bunch of side quests that you you don't have to go through them, but if you go through them, it's kind of a huge part of the game just because it's funny. I don't know. It's also it gives you just a lot of context on what's going on. Maybe not really context. It's just a bunch of random events. The main story is like very, what do you call it? Okay, that wasn't too hard.
So close.
That wasn't too hard. Don't worry about it.
That's okay. I was really close to a toy.
Okay. Yeah, but the main story of the Yakuza series is, I mean, kind of maybe serious because it's like a crime. It's basically like crime stories, but the sub quest is like just a bunch of random things that doesn't seem to matter, but apparently they're canon. Story-wise, not story-wise, but they're canon to a bunch of other things, which is kind of weird if you think about it.
Okay.
But anyway, I don't know. Side quests are kind of fun sometimes. Some games side quests don't really matter, and I don't know. It feels like filler. It feels like filler.
There's some games where the side quests feel like a way too difficult to invest your time into it. Have you ever had an encounter with one of those?
Let's see.
There's stuff it takes like, let's say 200 hours to get that side quest done, but the game is like 50 hours on its main story.
Honestly, Yakuza 0 kind of has one of those, but the payoff at the end is worth it, so you kind of go through it because of it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. The main story, I think, is like less than 10 hours. That main story is just less than 10 hours. So if you really wanted a speedrun, you can do it quickly, but there's a lot of other stuff that you can do.
Okay. Why do I only get to 6?
But yeah, let's see. Have you? What are your favorite games, by the way? Can we?
Oh, that's a difficult question.
That's a difficult question. How was it a difficult question?
Well, I like a lot of different kind of games. I think one of my favorites, for example, would be, I will have to mention, of course, Breath of the Wild, but now maybe this sequel. But if we leave like Nintendo, I will like to say Portal. I love Portal. 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Okay, so you've done both.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was Portal 2 was actually the first game that I played on stream. Because it means so much to me.
Okay. What do you like about Portal 1 and 2?
No.
Well, especially Portal, because you mentioned that. You got a bit of refund back.
Yeah, we're really close. I really like the both the puzzles that it has. They are very interesting. I like games that make me think a lot, and also I like the story that it has.
Story. Oh yeah. I forget sometimes that it does have a story. Honestly, I forget it sometimes has a story. But yes, it does. I think the first time I played Portal, at least the first Portal game, it wasn't too bad until it got to like one of the sections where you kind of have to like go outside. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying not to like spoil it for anyone who hasn't played it yet, but
outside. Isn't that like at the end?
Well, I'm talking about the there's the test rooms, right? Outside the test rooms.
Oh, leaving the test rooms. Okay. Yeah.
I think I got stuck on one part where it's like I had to like cross a huge gap, which is almost a lot of parts anyway. But I couldn't find where the ledge was. I couldn't find where I could like put a portal in. It's like okay, and I think I got stuck for a good 1 hour just trying to figure that out.
Wow.
I don't know. Some of it's really easy, and then some of it's like I can't see.
Yeah, there are some puzzles that it's like you need to specifically vibe with the puzzle. It's like there are some that I also get really stuck in, and I had to like look for answer or for like some walkthrough or something of that specific episode. But yeah, that may be a problem for some people. I understand that.
Yeah. And I played I played Portal 2 with a friend, and I think our friendship is still intact after that. I think so, because in some parts it gets a little bit difficult, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you have to like do teamwork stuff.
Oh yeah, the two-player one. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, the teamwork stuff is kind of fun, but I think you need like two functioning two functioning brains to get through that. And I think after 4 hours, both brains were starting to fry.
Yeah, if you play it for a long time, you actually get that.
Yeah, it can get tiring. It can get tiring.
Okay. If I had to mention another game that was on my list of favorites, I think I will go for this is an old one. It's Dragon Warrior Monsters.
Dragon Warrior Monsters? I don't think I've heard of that one.
It's on the original Game Boy.
Ah.
And it's like basically thank you. It's basically like if you did Pokemon but on the world of Dragon Quest.
Okay. Wait, I think I think I saw someone play that before, but it's not. It wasn't the Game Boy version. I think there was one also. Was it? Is there a Steam version of that one? At least like a 3D one.
I don't know if there is. I should check that out. If there is, then I'm playing it on stream.
Maybe I may be making it up because I remember
there
someone.
are also games that are successors to that formula.
Or maybe I'm thinking like there was another game. I don't know if you know about this one where you get monsters from CDs and you have to like read the CDs to.
CDs.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's a
CDs nuts joke or
no. I'm talking about I'm talking about there's an actual game. I forgot what it's called. I think it's Monster Rancher or something like that. Where
I know that one.
Yeah, where part of the gimmick, or at least one gimmick at one point, was to get
you put in like music CDs and it gets you a monster based on that, right?
Yeah.
I know which one.
Yeah, at least one of the older games did. I don't know who has CDs these days. So but
true.
But that was a thing. That was a thing that they did back then, I think. And it just kind of reminded me of that. But nah.
True. I agree, Amy. Trying to learn how to play in this app, it's kind of hard.
Oh, are you playing on the app or the website? Which one is it?
On the website.
On the website.
That's what I meant.
Okay. Yeah, I think I may have mentioned this earlier. I did mention this earlier. I'm playing through an emulator just because it works better for me. But I don't know. I played on the website before, and I didn't see anything in particular that was difficult, I guess, to navigate.
No, I meant like learning the entire game.
Oh, learning the entire game.
Yeah. Learning the game.
So
I need to use the app.
Am I the first human player you've played? Along with Bluechie here?
Yes, I've only played with the AI.
Okay, do not play with the AI.
Why?
It doesn't really teach you anything, to be honest. I mean, it doesn't. The thing with the AI is, you might be able to learn hands and such with that, but learning hands is not really the most important thing.
It's half the battle, as they would say.
Yeah, the most important thing as far as Mahjong, since I get the feeling that you are still trying to learn it.
Yeah.
Is that learning how other people play and knowing how to respond to their playstyle. With the AI, you don't really get a playstyle from the AI. I at least not that I can see. The AI doesn't have any habits. The AI doesn't have any particular pattern that you can probably get. It's easier to play off other people because they have ways that they play. Like someone might go like all simples. Do you know what all simples are?
Yes. I actually was doing that last game.
Yeah, so a lot of beginners when they do Mahjong is they usually go for all simples, which is 2 through 8 on any hand, no ones, no nines, no honor tiles. Just because
That's an easy one.
it's the easiest one for a lot of people to do, right?
Oh,
And it's the easiest one to remember. And if you're a beginner, you tend to keep doing that. And if you're playing a beginner and you know that they're doing that, it's easier to navigate how they're playing. That's step number 1, just trying to figure out. But I guess before that, let's back it up a bit. First thing to know about Mahjong, I guess it's going to be partly a Mahjong teaching stream. Yes, but so first thing about Mahjong is do not play to win. That is the thing I tell everyone. Do not play to win. Play to not lose. Play to not get into 4th place. So what I mean by that is, yes, you're trying to make your hand, you're gathering all these tiles, you're trying to complete a hand, but at the same time, you're trying also not to play into anyone's hand, whether intentionally or unintentionally. Though there are times when you can probably play into someone's hand intentionally, but that's only because it's cheaper to play into someone intentionally rather than lose to someone else unintentionally with a worse outcome. I know that's kind of a big concept right now at the start, but let's just keep this simple. Play not to lose. Play not to lose, but don't play to win. And when I say lose,
Minecraft sword?
yeah, something like that. When I say lose, don't try not to get into 4th place. That's what I mean by losing. If you get in 3rd place, you're still okay. You still take a little hit in your elo, but as long as you're learning something as you keep going, that's a good thing. Second thing is always keep an eye out on everyone else's discards, because what they're discarding tells you
what they're doing.
Yeah, tells you what they're doing and what they want, what they do not want. So those are the 2 things. Try to get those down, and then everything else will be a little bit easier to not learn necessarily, but it'll be a little bit easier to understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, you before you play, you need to know what hands you're going for, right? So learn the very basic hands, the one Yaku hands, and then start and one Yaku hands and the Yakuman, just because Yakuman are for the most part pretty easy to understand. And and then eventually the more you play it, the easier it is to recognize patterns, and honestly the patterns aren't too bad, but it does take a little while to get used to them. But yeah, I mean, the best way to learn and get better is just to play with other people. And if you want to keep playing Mahjong, I'd still suggest going into rank to do it. And yeah, I mean, you're going to be matched up with other people who are the same rank as you. So that's still a good starting point. But just keep in mind, pay attention to the discards, and try not to lose. Those are the 2 main things I can give you right now as far as beginner tips for Mahjong.
Okay, makes sense. That's good advice. Thank you. Ooh.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, just let me know.
Thank you, Sensei.
Sensei. I don't know. It's just I know Mahjong is intimidating for a lot of people, because you see all these tiles and they look very strange compared to like cards and stuff like that. I mean, even people who haven't played cards before, when they look at cards, it's very weird, right? But I think this is even stranger because they have no idea what they're looking at, and they don't know how all this works, which, fair. We gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere.
It's really not, when you get into it, it's not that complicated, at least not as much as it looks. if you're unfamiliar with it.
It is. Yeah, I mean, I think the good thing about Mahjong Soul is that there is a little tutorial and quiz that they give you to make sure you understand at least the very basics. But past the basics, you can't really learn how to play. Like actually learn how to play mixed with habits and all the little stuff until you actually do it with someone else. And yes, you can play with your friends. That's good for keeping the practice in. But if you want to actually learn, you gotta play against someone better than you. That's just how it is with everything.
You're gonna play with the big boys. You're gonna.
Well, you play with the big boys slowly. If we tossed a novice player in with someone who is saint level, I don't think that's gonna end very well. Just saying. That's not gonna end very well.
Tell me they're not gonna learn from that.
Yeah. FYI, I am not saint level, nor am I expert or master level. I am.
Oh no! Don't be humble. We all know you have.
I am an adept. I am officially ranked as adept, but that's because I don't play enough ranked to actually get an official rating. So I've been playing way too much for too long. That's the only thing. I mean, as long as you're having fun with it, don't worry about it. The only time you really have to worry about rank, to be honest, is if you're trying to get into a tournament, and you know, fair, they have requirements for that. But otherwise, just playing Mahjong for fun should be your primary concern. And then once you get past that, I mean, once you want to like challenge yourself, then you can do that. Good job holding on to second though.
Yay!
Also, sorry, Blue Cheese, you got last. You got last. Normally, if I get last, I would do a batsu and take like a shot of whatever drink I have. But no. I have a whiskey style sake. I don't know exactly what that means, but it tastes pretty good. So, anyway, Blue Cheese, thank you for playing. I think if anyone else wants to join us, probably a good time to switch out.
He was trying it for the first time there.
Okay. If you, I think let's try to see if we can switch some people out here first.
Yeah.
You will stay though. You will have to stay.
Yeah, I can say. Blue Cheese, if you ever want to try learning it, I can teach you.
Yeah.
Well, at least as much as I know.
Yeah. If anyone else wants to join from your chat too, I guess we can try to switch them out.
Yeah. I'm gonna re-share the link just in case.
Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna have to kick Blue Chi out.
Bye, Blue.
Bye, Blue. Okay. We got Amy and Sola. They're from my side, over here.
Good.
All right.
Oh my God, that's a character.
Yeah, I guess I'll switch to mine since I haven't been using the emotes. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, let's get started then. How are you feeling after that first game? How are you feeling about that after that first game?
I'm feeling good. I feel like I didn't look that bad, I guess.
Well, I mean, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. As long as you're learning,
I am having fun.
Yeah.
That's what is important.
Yeah, just don't worry too much about it. Don't worry too much about it. Let's see. Well, it's getting to be summer now. Do you have any trips planned for the summer, or any upcoming trips at all during the year that you want to talk about, or do we have any?
I do have something, but it's not soon. It's until December.
Okay. Do you want to talk about that, or should we move on to something else?
You see, the company that I work at do those Christmas parties.
Ah, okay.
And a lot of their workers are work from home, like me.
Okay.
I am one of them. and they invite us to go to the office for a party.
Ah, okay. So it's a chance for the from home people to, I guess, to see other people. Is
Yeah, to
that what it
engage
is?
with the rest of the workers in person. It really uh, strengthens the bond between the team and stuff. It's really good.
Okay.
We
Okay.
go there and we stay like one weekend, and the company pays like our stay on a hotel and stuff.
Oh,
It's fun.
that's pretty generous if they're paying for the hotel trip too. For the hotel stay.
Yeah,
Neat.
so I'm excited.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's see. So, do you, well, I'm guessing from DanTech, your name, you do tech stuff.
no, it's
No, not.
well, I do work in something like that. I do
Okay.
software.
Okay. I mean, that's tech, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The name is more because of my VTuber avatar.
Okay.
I am a robot.
You're a robot. Yeah, I don't
Yes.
think we ever talked about that.
Well, more like a cyborg. It's half and half.
Okay, so you still have fleshy bits then.
Yes, Oh, yes, please. That's it's not that useful, but that's enough.
Yeah.
Let's drop this.
Okay.
Might.
Since you mentioned the south just now and not usable, keep in mind whenever be very careful about calling winds that are not yours, because that can do several things to your hand that may not be a good thing. So first things first, it's usually a good idea to only go for winds that are the round winds, so we're in east, so go after east, or go after west, which is your seat wind. If it can't get at least 2 of those in the first couple of turns, probably is not going to, not turns, well, the first row of discards. It's probably not going to come up anytime soon or ever. So I would just give up on that. Also, be very careful about calling pawns. You probably know this already, but I'm just gonna say it just so we're on the same page here. Be very careful about calling 3 of a kinds, which we call pawns, because that could screw up your hand if you are not building towards calling all 3 of a kinds with your hand.
Yeah.
There is some exception to that. There is some exception to that. If your hand is all simples, the 2 through 8, call as many pawns as you want, call as many cheese as you want, but make sure they all fall within 2 through 8. Otherwise, you will invalidate your hand.
Yeah, it's you need to be aware that you're opening your hand and disabling a lot of yakus, right?
Yes. So, in general, opening your hand is...
Oh, hey, that's a sumo, nice.
Nice. Congrats! Ooh, actually a decent hand.
Toy.
Yeah.
Oh, triplets.
Yeah, I think the only thing that held you back there was the... What do you call it? The 9s and the wind. It's not your wind, so you didn't get any yaku from that one. And the 9s... Well, 9s and the wind put together, or since you have one or the other, didn't help you with the all simple parts. You got yaku for having triplets though, so that's good enough. That's good enough. And sometimes you just need to get a hand together. Really, sometimes you just need to get a hand together.
Yeah.
But if you can't seem to get a hand, like maybe by the end of the second row of discards, one thing you can do is just try to get into tenpai, even though your hand may not complete. You may not be able to call it.
So if no one wins, all of the ones in tenpai get points, right?
Yes, you get points if you're in tenpai and the draws are exhausted. So that's one thing you can do. Here's a silly one that I don't think many people know, but I have done it a few times. is if you're really intent on getting all simples and you keep on discarding
Oh my god.
honors. Ooh, be careful with that one. Everyone be careful with that one.
I got through dragons.
Yeah, if you discard honors and terminal tiles, the 1s and 9s, and that's all you keep discarding, and no one has called any of those tiles by the time the round ends, that actually counts as a manga. Even if you have nothing in your hand, but your discard is all honors and all terminals, and no one calls any of those tiles.
Oh, interesting.
It's it doesn't happen often because usually someone needs something. But if you do it and no one and you just run out of tiles to draw, it's a funny thing to get. It's an instant 8,000 points from everyone.
Yeah.
Who's not in Tenpai. But yeah. Okay, but yeah, it's kind of nice to know that your company does that. It's pretty neat.
It's fun.
I
Do
don't-
you have any trips planned?
Trip. I do have a trip planned for Japan this coming October. I'll be there for about 3 weeks, and I am still trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing in my last week there. Like, I know the last 2 or 3 days is going to be in Tokyo, but the 5 days before then, I was struggling for the longest time trying to figure out where I want to go and what I wanted to do. Originally, I wanted to... Well, not wanted. It was more like a filler thing. So... It was more like a filler thing that I was going to go to Osaka. And Osaka's really easy to get to and such like that. But because it is the fall season, I typically want to go to places where you can see the fall leaves. I think Osaka around the beginning of November doesn't really have fall leaves quite yet, unless you go to higher elevations, and even then it's kind of, maybe it's not quite there yet. You have to go towards northern Japan to be able to see them guaranteed. Like, I'm talking like the very mountainous northern parts, and maybe even all the way up to Hokkaido, which is like the most northern part. But I mean, it's I guess if you haven't traveled there before, you don't really think about it. But for me, I usually what I like to do on those trips is go on hiking trips and just explore, just explore places that people don't usually go to, like smaller towns and places where a lot of tourists are not. That's just the kind of travel I typically do. So I think I figured out where I wanted to go just today, actually. And I am gonna be going north for that last week. I'm not gonna say specifically where because I want to save that story for when I come back. But yeah, it's gonna be north. It's probably gonna be a little bit chilly because it is north. It's gonna be a fun trip. It's gonna be a fun trip, I feel like. Yeah, I don't know. I just keep going back to Japan because there's way too much stuff to explore over there. Like a lot of people go to Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, maybe even Hiroshima. Hiroshima's pretty nice to check out too. And don't really go back to check anything else out, which is fine because not everyone can afford to go there. Just a train, just the plane ticket is expensive enough.
Yeah, I always wanted to go to Japan. Do you go often? I've seen you talk about it often.
Yeah, I've been ever since I went.
Sorry, Amy.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, I said sorry, Amy.
Oh, Amy got hit. Oh, that was you. Okay, congratulations on that one.
Thank you.
Oh crap, you actually stopped a really good hand from me. Oh well. Is Dan a Mahjong hustler? We're training him to be one. That's why he's here, Amy. That's why he's
But
here.
you're what?
Hustler. Mahjong
Oh.
hustler.
Maybe. That's yes.
We're training him to be one. That's why he's here. That's why he's here. Anyway, I travel. Let's see.
I might have made a mistake with my hand. Oh no.
Yeah, that's probably not a good one to open with unless you know what you want to do with that one.
No, I saw a different tile for some reason in my mind on the table, and I clicked yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought I was completing something else. I didn't want to do that.
Oh well, don't worry about it. You can salvage it somehow.
Yeah, I'll just drop some stuff.
Yeah, so I've been going almost every year since I first started. I think I skipped maybe 2 years at the time just because I was busy. But I've been trying to go every year since I went, and COVID put a stop to that. I wasn't gonna go to the year that COVID started anyway because the World Cup, the Olympics, the Olympics was supposed to start.
That year, yeah.
Yeah, the Olympics was supposed to start that year, and I wasn't gonna go at that year because the Olympics was going to happen, and even after the Olympics, it would still get pretty busy. And then COVID happened, and it's been 3 years since anyone has been able to go.
Yeah, I knew that they were like closed for a while.
Yeah, they're very cautious about a lot of stuff, and it was only because of economic pains that they started opening up again. Basically, it's like they had to give in a little bit.
Yeah.
When everyone else was already open, they started opening. Well, they were so close. They were so close. Yeah.
It did take him a while.
It did take them a while. I understand where they're coming from. It's just how it works over there.
Yeah.
What can you do? What can you do? But now I can. But now that people they can go back, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did. Sorry. What'd you think?
I am thinking at some point in the future trying to I'll try to go, but it's complicated.
Okay. I do recommend it if you have any interest in even if you just have a surface interest with like anime and games and stuff like that. It's still a good place to visit because it's all there. It's pretty much all there. All right, and if you have any interest in anime, even if you can't afford any of the goods, there are a lot of places in Akihabara, at least, and different anime shops where you can just look at displays of the figures up close and personal. Like they're there, they're for sale. But if you can't buy them, no, it doesn't cost anything just to look at them.
Yeah, you at least get the experience of being there.
Yeah, the experience itself is good. Originally I went there because a friend was graduating from his what do you call this? From his school. He was doing like some sort of a PhD thing over there or something like that. And it was his last month in Japan, so it's like, okay, let's go ahead and visit him. And so I did. And I learned a lot of things from that on that trip on how to travel and stuff. Revenge.
Well, help me got the stuff back.
Revenge. You need to hit harder for that revenge.
It's something.
You need to hit harder.
That's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, I keep going back because there's a lot of places over there I like to explore, and it's not just the big cities. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about a lot of different places. I know everyone goes to the same main cities, but there's a lot of stuff to see and do and eat and everything all over the place on the entire country, right?
Yeah, there is. And the nice thing about visiting there, though, it's very, very safe, very, very easy to travel around, and like compare it to other countries. Let's say even if you could visit the U.S. I mean, the U.S. is safe for the most part, but if you go, let's say you go to New York, and you just happen to go to the wrong part of New York, probably not safe. Probably not safe.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, even if you go to the shadiest place in Japan, if you're at least semi-aware of your surroundings, you'll be fine. People don't typically harass other people over there. It's just not a thing that happens.
Yeah, as long as you don't do anything too bad to anyone, you should be okay, right?
Yeah, for the most part. And it's just everyone over there is a lot more mannered compared to everyone else in the world. Seriously, they're a lot more mannered over there. It's like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it puts everyone else to shame. And I'm not saying that as a weeb. I'm saying that as I've been there so many times. It's like it's pretty evident. It's pretty evident. Even the convenience store workers are so professional. Which is
it's almost like they're servants specifically to you in how they treat you, right?
Well, I mean, maybe servants a little bit too strong of a word and gets a wrong connotation.
But like, at least
there's a professionalism. There's a professionalism. There is
yes. They try.
There's standards. There's standards.
They try to help as much as possible. Is what I mean.
I will say though, there is this attitude over there that it's like the customer is king. That's like a mantra that a lot of places have, and that's probably where the high service thing comes from. But it also some people, even locals, if they're jerks enough, will take advantage of that, and it's not a good thing.
No,
it's not I mean, I haven't seen it personally myself. I just know it happens. And I mean, it's a nice place to visit. And for most people, it's going to be a good experience. But you still have to like be respectful and all that stuff. And if you see someone being a jerk, it still happens.
Yeah.
But I think in all the times I've been there hasn't really been anything too egregious, I guess. Nothing too bad, personally speaking. If anything happened, it was like my fault because it was an accident or something like that. But it's a fairly easy place to go around. And language barrier, yeah, that is a thing. That is a thing if you go outside the big cities, and that's probably what prevents a lot of people from exploring smaller places. Because of the language barrier. Not everyone knows how to speak or understand English, or in your case, or whatever language you have as your main language. Especially, but in the bigger cities, it'll be a little bit easier to do that. Like I think most big cities will be able to at least have some people that understand English. Koreans also visit quite a bit. Chinese visit quite a bit. I think those are the main ones that I can think of. And failing that, there's always Google Translate. There's always Google Translate if you really have to communicate with someone and nothing else works.
What would you advise for people that want to go there to try and learn like a little bit of Japanese? Like
always
stuff?
Learn some basic phrases. Learn how to say thank you at the very least. Learn how to say hello.
Pull up to a Japanese person on the street and be like, restaurant doko.
Restaurant doko. Restaurant doko would be, I mean, sure, yeah, but I think at that point it's like you might want to have like you can use Google Maps. I think you'll be fine.
Okay.
But if you're
Google Maps restaurant doko.
Yeah, but I think you'll be fine there. But if you want to know if Google Maps isn't helping, and you really need to ask someone where this specific restaurant is, yeah, you could, that would be like, pull up Google Maps, ask them where this place is. Crap, really?
I'm sorry.
Oh, that hit more than I thought. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, you are a hustler tonight.
Oh, so no, I'm not.
That was the last round. Okay. Whoa.
Oh, what's the last round? Nice.
Did I just get fourth? Okay.
I won one, yay!
Good job. Good job. Alright, I'm gonna take my shot here. I'm gonna take my shot here. Yeah. Apparently I saved my chat from that. See, I don't think I have anyone else new coming from my side. And if you don't have anyone new coming from your side, and anyone else still wants to get back and play, go ahead and invite them over.
I'll remind them of the link.
Oh, I guess I should post mine too. It has been a bit. Well, at least not getting hit is a good thing. Even though it doesn't seem like you're let's say you're playing a game, right? And it doesn't seem like you're winning hands, but you're not also losing any points. And it might seem a little frustrating during a round because you really want to win a hand. Sometimes you do not want to get involved in whatever fight is happening in the match. Like sometimes, okay, not sometimes, a lot of times, there's gonna be that one or two people in the table that have all the luck in the world. Let me take a drink first.
Yeah.
This one's really good. This one's really good. It's been 6 months since I opened that bottle, and it's still good. I think this was my favorite bottle so far. Okay, well then. That's gonna hit me in about 15 minutes. Anyway.
That's gonna get you to play better.
Probably. The alcohol can go both ways. It's both a debuff and a buff at the same time. We will not know until later. It also will give me maybe +2 to speech right now. I will probably be a little bit more talkative than I was earlier.
I'm pretty sure the alcoholic drinks are a staple of Mahjong somewhere in Japan.
I'm pretty sure they're a staple of most places that where money is not an issue, or at least money is not part of the equation. Because keep in mind, Mahjong is a gambling game first and foremost. So,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay, let's start. I guess no one else want to come back from your side.
I posted the link and no one joined in, I guess.
Okay, that's fine. We'll see if we'll catch them later if they want to.
Yeah, you can still join on the next games.
Yeah. Okay, but back to the what to learn and like Google Maps and stuff like that. Just some basic phrases. Hello, thank you. Where's this doko? Kind of, I guess. Pointing to pictures seems to help out a lot, especially if you're really, really lost and flustered at the moment. This helps a lot in restaurants. Like if you there are some restaurants where there is no English menu. But if you're in the big city, though, a lot of times there are English menu restaurants, unless you go into a smaller restaurant where it's mostly just locals and not a lot of tourists or foreigners typically go to. I have been to one of those places, and if you can't read it, there is an app that will be able to help you translate menus. Like there's an image translator, though it's not the best thing. It's not the best thing, but it can at least get you there a little bit. So all the apps in the world definitely have those with you. Let's see. Just brush up a little bit on just some manners. I mean, there's some YouTube videos out there for that. Abroad in Japan, if you haven't seen him before.
Oh, I love Abroad in Japan. I love his videos.
Abroad in Japan has some pretty good tips for like what to do, what not to do. But at the same time, whenever at the end of all that, he also says, "Don't worry about it." He also says, "Don't worry about the etiquette too much, but be aware of them. Be aware of them."
Yeah, it's just try to be polite.
Be polite.
You're not going to jail if you screw up in
No,
something.
no, no. I mean, if you look obviously foreign and they're kind of used to it, but as long as you're respectful, that I think will say a lot more than trying to get everything right.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt to have to know a few things before you go in there. I know some people try to go blind when they travel, and honestly, the only time I feel like that is acceptable is if you are traveling outside of the planet. That is the only time I feel like that is acceptable because we know nothing about outside the planet. I mean, sure, there's no life outside this planet that we know of so far, but you never know. If there's some Martians out there on Mars that somehow decided to just come out under the ground and greet us, we don't know what they're like, okay? I mean, spoilers. I know some people don't like spoilers when they do stuff, but come on. You gotta be respectful of people when you travel. You gotta try not to act like a tourist. I mean, it's hard not to act like a tourist, but the main thing that I think a lot of people are trying to get across other people right now when they're traveling is that don't act like a tourist. Try to act like a local. And I know if you're new there, it's difficult. Everything is so new to you. Everything is probably much different than what you are used to. Let's say even going from small town country USA to New York City. It's gonna be a different thing from small town country USA to New York City. It's just so much different. But or vice versa. You just have to try to be like as if you were living there, but you know, I mean, you're a tourist. You're there to experience things. You're there to look at stuff, and
yeah.
But
that should be like a normal thing when you travel anywhere, right?
You would think so.
Isn't the point of going somewhere to experience life there as people do in that place?
You would think so, but I mean, there's a lot of people who like get super excited, and it's understandable. And wow, I was not expecting that. That is big.
I'm trying.
Okay. Okay. I mean, that's good. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. I think we can safely say you are not a beginner. But
what do you mean?
You are not a beginner, but you are definitely.
Today is my first day playing with people.
But this is your first day playing with people. But you are not a beginner. You have some practice. You have some theory under your belt, and you're putting them into practice. I think you would be ready to try ranks if on your own time. When you feel like it.
Maybe I should.
You should try.
I will.
You should try. See how far you can get. See how far you can
if you're telling me this, I feel confident enough to try it.
I mean, even if we were just like really new and you knew nothing, I would say still go for ranks because it's a good place to practice. But yeah, why not?
Hey.
Yeah, you need to become more comfortable. You need to be more comfortable about your place you're playing. That's really it.
I don't know if I'll do it on stream, but I will definitely do it.
Yeah, do it off stream, do it on stream, whatever you feel most comfortable at. And then eventually you'll get to my point where you don't even think about it. I'm not even paying attention to the discard tiles, honestly, and just talking.
Looking at a specific pattern on the table that's curious between all of us.
Yeah, I mean, look what everyone's discarding. You can probably see what people do not want in general, and you can do one or two things with that. You can do one or two things to that. You can either discard the same tiles if you have them and just rule that out as a possibility for everyone, or if you're close to completing a hand, I will just give you this tip. If you're close to completing a hand, and you are certain, or at least have an inkling, that you can complete the hand with a tile that's been discarded by everyone else, you can try that. It's mind games once you get to that point. It doesn't mean it's always going to work, but if it does work, it's a valid win. But
oh my.
Yeah,
you gotta plan around what your enemy's planning. You gotta play the double Uno reverse card.
Yeah, there's some baits and traps that you can do. I think there were some people that actually gave specific names to those baits and traps. I did not
like
get...
in chess.
Yeah. Like literally, there are ways to do that. Like, I know Mahjong is RNG for the most part, but you work with the hand that you are dealt, and you also work with the hand that everyone else is dealt. So you just have to plan around that. That's really all you can do. And if you know how people are going to be playing, or at least can predict how they're going to be playing, it's easier to figure out what you need to do. Now, it doesn't mean you're gonna win. It just means you can either avoid taking damage, or you can comfortably or safely say someone's going to be doing this. They might be getting this, and play around that.
You gotta get in the mind of your players.
Yeah, but I mean, keep in mind there's a bit of RNG in there also. And you can't help the RNG. You cannot help the RNG. That's just impossible.
Someone's knocking at my door. Oh no!
Like literally?
Yeah.
Oh.
I need to.
If you need to mute it. Let me know when you're
Give me
back.
a second.
Let me know when you're back. Okay, well, I can't see what Dan's chat is saying, but he's doing pretty good for his first game against people. He certainly has hidden power levels, that's for sure. More hidden power levels than I thought he would, actually, to be honest. I thought he was a noob. I'm sorry, guys. I thought he was a noob. He said he was a noob. Amy, why? Amy, why you hurt me like this? You just stopped my Hanuman from going off. No, it's not even a Hanuman, it's a Baimon. Good lord. Good lord.
Hey, what happened?
Amy won. She stopped my really big hand from winning. That's what she did. She sabotaged me. But yeah.
Okay,
everything taken care of on your side?
Yeah, I opened the door.
Okay. Alright. I forgot where we were, to be honest. I forgot where we were. We were supposed to have a conversation with you. I'm talking too much about myself now.
No, that's okay. I want to know about yourself.
Yeah, I also invited you here so we can talk more about you, but I can't think of anything right now. Okay.
Forgot to change my screen.
All right, icebreakers. Let's start with there. Hobbies. What do you like to do?
Well, as I mentioned before, I'm a big board game guy.
Board game.
Yeah. I also like to play video games and stuff. Besides that, I play a lot of I guess that counts as a board game too, but I love playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yes, I play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Let's see.
I'm not like a competitive player. I don't go to
Mhm.
tournaments and stuff, but I play with my friends and
I see.
have fun.
Okay. So would you say you're more of a Yu-Gi-Oh player or a board game player? I think Yu-Gi-Oh is a card game more than actual
Yeah, it's more
board
like a card game.
game. Yeah.
I think I'm more of a board game player, honestly.
Board game player. What kind of board games do you like to play?
Jeremy, thank you for following me. Welcome. What kind of board games? Let me look for some examples in my mind for a moment. I guess that doesn't count as a board game, but I also play D&D.
D&D does count as a board game. It's part of the name TTRPG, tabletop RPG.
Yeah.
It's technically
I
a board
really
game.
love playing D&D too.
I think I've played like D&D once. It's hard to find people to do that with. Like you think it's hard to
Say as we're playing Mahjong, right?
Well, Mahjong it's easier because at least there's an online game app that you can play other people with around the world with. But for D&D, there's really nothing like that. You either okay.
There is.
Okay.
I play with people online.
Okay. But you still have to
with people. Yeah.
But it's not like a random room, right? You actually have
No. You have your specific group of people that.
Yeah. I mean, for this one, you can go to like a random room and people from other places are there. That's what ranked is.
I have not been thinking this game. Yep. I've just been talking without
Exactly.
attention to the game.
Exactly. That's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm doing right now. If I was actually like 100% thinking about the game and playing, I wouldn't even be talking. To be honest.
Yeah, I was doing that like at the start, but then we need to talk. We need to.
Yeah.
I want to know you better.
I mean, we can play high level mahjong and talk at the same time, but I don't feel like it. I do not feel like doing that.
Okay, understandable.
I don't feel like doing that. If I actually did that, I would probably be a little bit more attentive to what I'm actually doing here. That's not me saying I'm taking it easy on anyone. It's just this is kind of like my what do you call this? This is how I turn off my brain. Even when I'm playing other games, when I play other games, my brain is on because I'm a gamer. But here,
I'm a gamer. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, but because of this, I kind of know how this works. I'm partially paying attention to the discards. Okay, I'm paying attention a little bit. But I'm not like
to some extent you play like automatically in some ways.
Yeah. But it's not like I'm looking at everyone's discards like, oh, okay, so they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that, they're gonna do that, and watch out for this kind of thing. But that takes too much brain power right now, and I'm not really willing to expend that at the moment.
You sometimes go into, okay, is this the piece that I need? Yes, no, then drop it.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, it's like they have this habit of discarding a bunch of 1s, 9s, and honors because they're probably going for a what do you call this? An all simples, or they have no idea,
yes.
or they have no idea what they're doing. So there's that also. Like if you go to ranked and you're not streaming, yeah, okay, go 100% in on that because you're trying to rank up. Sure, you can do that here too if you want to. But I'm just not tuned to that. So whatever base level mahjong I have, that's where I'm at right now.
Yep.
I am not at 100% power. I am maybe 5% or less power at the moment.
I'm at 1 then.
So let's see. I do kind of have to like think. I do kind of have to think a little bit. Yeah, when I do the Riichi though, it's like, wait, what am I doing right now? What am I doing? Okay, but no, it's I mean, the thing I say
Oh, you
power.
win.
I say power level. Okay, I say power level,
Power
but
level is incredible.
it's
Oh, Jesus Christ.
have you seen any mahjong related anime or manga at all?
I haven't?
Really? So
No.
so you just kind of went into the game because of a podcast and that was it. You haven't seen anything else related to that.
Yeah, someone said, hey, Mahjong exists.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, bet.
Hmm.
I'm gonna check that out.
Would you be interested in checking out any mahjong?
I absolutely will.
Okay, so the way I got into mahjong was watching this anime called Akagi. Akagi is from a manga. Do you know Kaiji?
Yes.
So it's the same author as Kaiji. It's an older work of that author. The show is very realistic as far as how the game is played, and that's where I learned all my mahjong, to be honest. Well, that's where I learned my mahjong basics, and then we didn't have Mahjong Soul at the time. We had this thing called
all times.
we had this thing called tenho.net. Tenho.net still exists, but tenho.net is basically where the professional mahjong players and I guess intermediate mahjong players from Japan play. The interface is very bare bones. It is not very helpful. It does not teach you anything. All it does is give you rooms to play in, or you can make your own rooms. But that is where the hardcore players are, and that is where you will get beat up a lot.
That's like the serious place.
It's 100% serious, but it's also 100% the best place to learn anything.
Oh god! Oh, I accidentally clicked that. No, no.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're playing that.
Yeah, it is 100% the best place to learn anything if you can navigate the UI. It's very bare bones UI. I don't know if they updated it since I went there last. But yeah, it's that's where I learned my mahjong. That's Akagi got me into it. So Akagi, if you want to learn how to play mahjong, I guess seriously, and how to get into people's heads, it's still anime, okay, but it's not like shonen anime. It's more like very heavy seinen, realistic, the way the story is played out, and Yakuza style mahjong, where I say Yakuza style specifically.
You mean the video game, right?
No. I mean like I mean like actual criminal Yakuza.
Actual Yakuza style. Oh.
Yes. Criminal there's cheating involved.
Oh.
Yeah. There's some cheating involved and definitely mind games. So just keep that in mind. If you decide to watch it. I don't remember how many episodes it is. I think it's like 24 or something. It's not a short one. It's definitely not short. But that's I would, for anyone who's learning to play mahjong, or at least know how a realistic mahjong game in anime is like, that's the number one recommendation that I would have. If you want a less serious mahjong anime recommendation, there is Saki. However, I do not recommend learning from Saki, because I would call that magic mahjong.
Magic?
It is.
Why?
Because, okay, you know how probabilities work, right? So
oh no.
So typically rare hands or typically what do you call this? Uncommon ways to play have a higher chance of succeeding in Saki than they would in real life. For example, there is one hand you can win by calling a Kan, and when you draw the tile after the Kan, that is a Yaku. if that's what you need to complete your hand. That is one example.
Okay.
Another example is that no one can seem to see your discards. You are playing normally, but no one can see your discards. That is another Mahjong thing that doesn't happen in real life.
But what?
Yeah.
What do you mean you can't see your discards?
Most people can't seem to perceive what their discards are. That is this.
Why?
Because the person themselves seems to be ignored in real life, and because of that, it extends to their playstyle. Except for certain instances where, you know, there's like one person who sees everything, like it is a online mahjong game, so they see everything on the board, and you know, very hyper logical playstyle, and that those superstitious powers just does not affect them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I say don't learn from it, but it's a fun watch. It's a fun watch.
Okay.
So that's one fun one. One really funny one, and this one's a manga only. It's really hard to say the name, but it's basically a political mahjong manga. And I say political, not that it's about politics, though there is some politics in there. But it's like it uses world leaders as characters, and they decide how things are run in the world through mahjong.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's say
Okay.
let's say Putin and George W. Bush playing mahjong,
Playing Mahjong.
and Putin wins. He gets to call the shots on how something goes down. But the way it's done is so hilarious that it's funny. Even the Pope, okay, how they choose the Pope is done by mahjong.
But do they use the actual people that exist?
Yes.
Oh my god! It's like Records of Ragnarok, but with Mahjong. Then?
Yeah. It's a fun manga to read. The title in English is what is the title in English?
I'm gonna be honest before you keep going. I had no way of winning that last one. I had no Yaku at all.
Yeah.
I just was waiting for no one to win.
I don't know who had my tile, but I was just waiting for it too. So
What was it?
I forgot already. I wasn't even paying attention. But I knew I was waiting for something. If someone gave it to me, I definitely would have probably hit them pretty hard. That's all I knew. But yeah, the title of the manga in English is what was it? Discards Without Reform. But the other name is The Legend of Koizumi. Koizumi. This is apparently a Prime Minister of Japan, or at least an ex-Prime Minister of Japan, and he's the main character. And there's a bunch of stuff that happens in the manga. I'm gonna spoil some characters because it's not really spoiling. What happens is kind of a huge spoiler. But
Okay.
yeah, Putin's gonna be there. George W. Bush, George Sr. is also there.
Oh my god, this art style is
And let's see, even so one of the popes is there. I forgot which pope it was. I think it was Benedict or something like that.
Benedict.
Yeah. Pope
yeah, one of those. Yes.
Yeah, one of those guys. Also, the old leader of North Korea is also there. It's just crazy, let's just say. And there's one more person I'm not gonna reveal because that's kind of like huge spoilers for the end of that manga. There's technically a sequel, but I ignored that, so I'm not even gonna talk about that one. But it's a very funny manga because it's so ridiculous. The mahjong is also, I would consider, magic mahjong, but you forgive it for being magic mahjong just like you do sake because it's ridiculous. It's good though. It's really good.
Yeah, I guess it's not like supposed to be about how they play Mahjong.
You're not supposed to take it seriously. It plays more like shonen mahjong. Honestly, it plays more like Shonen Mahjong, and power levels apparently is a thing there. Mahjong power levels is a thing. But yeah, and I think there's another Mahjong anime that's coming out, I think, this year. I don't know anything about it, but it's more of your cute girls do cute things anime,
Yeah,
but it's like sports anime kind of style.
there are some good animes that are about cute girls doing cute things and nothing else happens.
Yeah, I mean, I used to watch a bunch of those before I started streaming, and I have no time anymore.
Oh, that's
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, if I wasn't streaming, I'd be watching anime all day.
same.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of anime. I want to, but I don't have a lot of time.
What was your last anime that you watched?
I haven't finished it, but I've been watching the Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Have you read the manga at all? Do you read manga?
I don't. I do read some manga, but I haven't read that one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think the anime finished the story yet, though. I think season 2's coming out this year. I'm not entirely sure. But there's definitely gonna be a season 2, which hopefully wraps up the manga. Well,
there absolutely will be. And maybe even more.
Well, there is a Chainsaw Man sequel. I haven't read the sequel, but there is a sequel apparently. That's in manga. That's a manga right now.
Yeah, you can join the game just whenever we are done with this one.
Yeah, we have
the link in the chat.
Yeah, we have to finish this game first before we let other people in. Sorry about that. Just a waiting thing at this point.
Oh my god, it's Richie.
Yeah.
They are reaching.
I've been wanting to watch Bochi, and I've been wanting to watch Oshinoko.
Oh, I really want to watch those too, but I
do not have time. I just do not have time. It's like oh crap! Really?
Oh my god!
Was it worth it, Sola? Oh yeah, it was definitely worth it. It was definitely worth it. Okay, well,
they needed that.
You're still in 4th place. Just saying. You're still in 4th place. Are we in
should
all?
Encourage them, man.
Oh, okay, we're in all last.
Why are you? Oh, all last. Okay.
Okay, maybe I will turn up the power level up a little bit just for this one.
Start screaming! Ah!
Nah.
Game!
I hear Dragon Ball's like really big in your place.
Oh yeah, in Mexico, yeah, it's the biggest thing. It's the biggest anime in the entirety of Mexico.
Man, that's kind of funny how that happens. Why is Dragon Ball Z so huge? It's just Dragon Ball Z, right? Or just Dragon Ball in general?
It's mostly Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
But they did keep up with the next stuff. I remember I went to a bar where they showed the in all of the TV screens on the bar the last episodes of Dragon Ball Super. They did that for the last 2 episodes of the show, and it was really fun because everyone was there. They were getting hype and drunk, and it was great. Honestly, best way to watch anime.
In the bar.
Yeah, at the bar with the boys.
I think that's the first time I've actually heard anyone watch anime in the bar. It's kind of funny. It's like anime in the bar. I mean, I've seen the memes where there's like this huge screen in the bar and like people are just cheering when something big happens. But except in real life and it's anime.
It was that with the fight between Jiren and Goku.
I haven't seen Super, so I'm not exactly sure what happens, but I just remember the first time that Super came out, a lot of people were like, I don't know, I think they were making fun of the art style because it looks so bad compared to the older ones or something. I don't know.
Honestly, I think they're capping. Older one also was not that good. It's just in your memory it was perfect, but when you watch it and you're like, oh, it's the same.
It's the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people blame Toei for only paying attention to One Piece or something. I don't know, but maybe.
I mean, fair. One Piece is really big, so
Yeah, it's big.
makes sense.
I make fun of One Piece people all the time. I just do.
I might do something crazy this round if I get to finish.
Okay. I don't know. I just have a friend that's really into One Piece, and I just like, I don't know, poking fun at them whenever One Piece comes up. Like, you know, the One Piece live action that's coming up apparently this year.
The what? I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
One Piece live action. It is coming this year to Netflix.
To Netflix. Oh, great.
Yeah. Apparently Oda is part of it too, so maybe there's a saving grace. Maybe.
That's what we need, right? That's what everyone was asking for.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna be. I think the cast was shown when it was first announced, and a lot of people are like still not too sure about it.
Yeah, we're never too sure about anything anime related with Netflix.
Well,
No.
anime related and live action, just in general, is not something anyone has
I got
confidence
stolen.
in. You're still in first.
Hey, that's
You're
right.
still in first. Congratulations.
Oh, that's the end? Okay, yay!
Yeah.
I want another.
I'm not fourth. I'm not fourth. Sorry, Sola. Sorry.
I was about to make all triplets of the same suit.
Okay. All right. So new people.
Yeah, let's get the new people.
Let's try to get some new people in here.
Reshare the link so Jeremy can join in.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious how it's gonna go down. I know someone tried to, and when they tried doing the live action Cowboy Bebop, and I think it was cut too short because Netflix just pulled the plug on it for whatever reason. I mean, I don't think anyone had faith in it anyway.
Of all of the things they've done, they pulled the plug on that.
I mean, Netflix cancels a lot of shows before they get a chance to get better. They just do. Some shows that were actually pretty decent. Oh, who is this over here?
That's one person for my chat.
Okay, what should we call them? I can't read Chinese.
It says Jeremy on the chat.
Oh,
next to the Chinese characters.
Okay, we'll call you Jeremy then. We'll call you Jeremy.
Are you okay with us calling you Jeremy, or do you prefer something else? Let's wait for the message in the chat.
Okay. Well, Lacats is remember that person I was talking to you about earlier? Lacats is here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
Just be glad this is not a 3-player room. Otherwise, we'll be really, really in trouble.
I got okay. It's Jeremy's okay. Okay.
Jeremy's okay. Yes, I'm talking about you, Lacats.
I was warned about you.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just poking fun of you. But yeah, we'll just see how One Piece goes. I don't know. Supposedly the live action, well, there's some live action that apparently were pretty okay, but I don't know. Live action anime just doesn't seem to work too well for the most part.
It's I mean, just saying that it's like an oxymoron, right?
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. However, I have seen a few that actually were okay, but they were like Japanese shows. Like they were only in Japan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a few that were only in Japan. They're actually legit good for a live action adaptation. I don't think I've seen a English release that was okay, unless you count Detective Pikachu, which I have not seen. I guess Sonic also counts, which I have not seen any of the Sonic movies, but apparently they were good too.
I have seen Detective Pikachu, and it was pretty good. It was okay.
It was okay?
For a Pokemon movie, it was really good.
Really?
Yeah. I did have lower expectations than what I got, and so I'm glad that it was good.
Okay, just tell me this though. Was it weird having a talking Pikachu?
It's yeah, kind of, but I mean, it was done way better than in the other movie where talking Pikachu appears suddenly at the end. You know,
Wait, there's other movies with a talking Pikachu?
I maybe should not keep going.
Okay.
There was one official animated Pokemon movie where that happened at some point,
Oh my gosh.
and people were very confused about it.
I mean, the only talking Pokemon that I think we accepted is Meowth, but that's because he was talking to start with.
Yeah. There's a story there.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I think I know what the story with Meowth is. I think he was trying to impress someone.
Yeah, he was
Another
trying to
Meowth.
impress a cat lady,
Yeah,
another Meowth,
and
a
it didn't work
female.
out. And
Yeah.
and now he talks all the time. Well, sad. Sad for him.
It is a sad story.
Yeah. But no, I haven't seen any of the other ones. Oh,
So that's fast.
not really a live action movie, but have you seen the Mario movie?
I have seen the Mario movie.
How
and
was it?
really
I still
enjoyed-
haven't seen it.
I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
It's pretty good, but I think it might be being praised too much.
Say what?
Like it's praised as a big
Oh,
thing. And
oh,
like,
it's
oh my
overhyped.
god, it was incredible and stuff.
Ooh.
I don't think it's that much, but it is very good.
Oh wow! Ouch. 7
Oh.
parent. It's that high?
Damn.
That's Adora's. That's Adora's that's helping that. That's for sure.
Yeah. That's Adora's.
Yeah, you
the
usually
Explorers.
usually if you just get a 7 pair without any bonuses, it's like I think 7,700, which is not terrible. But it's not like 12,000. Ouch. That's a little different.
That was the first Haneman of this night, right?
No, I think you've had one. You had one.
Really? I
Yeah,
don't
you had
remember.
one. You hit someone for 12,000 before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gotten over 12,000, but 12,000 has been reached earlier.
We need to
but-
get to 2K.
2K? No, 2K is easy.
No, I mean, sorry, I meant. I didn't mean 2K. I meant like 20.
20. Do you know how the scoring works?
Yes.
Above Mon.
Well,
Well,
kind of.
from Mangan.
I could not tell you like everything from memory, but I am aware of the way that's calculated.
Yeah, I don't understand the calculation below a Mangan because it's complicated. Like literally, the calculation is kind of complicated, and unless you know the shortcut on the top of your head, it doesn't make really much sense.
Yeah.
But from a Mangan, which is like 5 Han, 5 Yaku, that's 8,000. And then for every Yaku Han after that, it's like I think an extra 4,000. Until you get equivalent to a Yakuman, which is 32,000, I think. Which I think is 14 Han or 14 Yaku. Like you can technically get a Yakuman without actually getting a Yakuman hand. If you have enough.
Yeah.
If you
will
have
need to
enough
get
points.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of hard. But it is possible if you have all the doors in the world.
It is technically a possibility.
It's technically a possibility, and it has happened to someone before that I know.
There must be like historical records on that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably something in Mahjong Soul's database somewhere that someone actually got that hand.
No, but I mean, like, there's tournaments and stuff. I
Oh
bet
yeah,
there's
yeah,
like
it's probably there too.
records. Like chess people keep records of, oh, that game from this one legendary player that did this play and got that many. I don't know.
Yeah.
Killed that guy.
As long as it's an official tournament, there's gonna be a record somewhere.
There's like records for the biggest place on fucking Scrabble tournaments, man. Why
Ah,
not?
man. Maybe we should do Scrabble on this channel at some point because a friend of mine, I think it was like a couple of months ago, wanted to play Scrabble randomly one day. And I'm not very good at Scrabble. I thought it was just going to be a regular game. And they pull out these words that I have never heard of before.
Oh, the dictionary, Andy, I see.
Yeah, and the thing is, they were not even. Oh wow!
What happened?
Oh,
Oh, damn it!
Ricci, no,
No, not if.
no.
my draw says so.
Jeremy basically went Ricci, no. I sumo right now.
Yeah,
It wasn't a Ron, it was a sumo.
it was a sumo. Yes. At least we got fucked. We got fucked equally.
That's
I'll drop this.
ouch. Yeah, but no, but it's like yeah, random words I just never knew existed, and I thought my vocabulary was decent, but you have to have like I don't know, dictionary level, thesaurus level vocabulary for Scrabble apparently, and apparently it's not just the English dictionary.
Yeah, no, you can use other words.
All the world's
from other
dictionary,
languages. Yes, yes.
which is what threw me off.
We should. If you play sometime, you could invite me because I also like board games, as I said. So
Yeah. Maybe one of these days we replace a Mahjong night with a Scrabble night and see how that works out. But I think the thing about Scrabble, at least online Scrabble, I know 2 players pretty easy. And when I played my friend, it was a 2-player game. However, I want to get more than 2 players in on it, and that's what I've been trying to find, and I haven't been able to find that.
Yeah, it's better with more people. Like
It's
like
better
this.
with more people, unless you know it's a specific thing with the other person that you're playing with that you're trying to do something. Like if you're specifically trying to do a 2-player Scrabble game, sure, okay, do a 2-player Scrabble game, just between just the 2 of you. But if you're trying to get other people in on it, you know, 4-player Scrabble game. How many players can Scrabble have? 4, right?
It's 4, yes.
Okay. For some reason I thought it was 8, but that did not sound right to me. I know there's some board games that
Would be a big board if we did 8 players.
There are board games with 8 players. I just don't know which ones.
Yeah, but Scrabble ones.
no. I maybe not Scrabble. I haven't played a board game in a really long time. I'm not a board game person, but I will play board games if like friends want to play board games. Like, I think the ones I've played, the one I remember playing a bit was Pandemic. Have you heard of that one?
Oh, I've always wanted to play that one. That's a really good one. I just simply will play it, but I haven't played it myself.
Yeah.
I lived it for a while though.
Yeah, that one is a co-op. That's a co-op game where you're trying to contain like the disease from spreading.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. There's another one, Settlers of Catan. I think that's an older one, and that's more like a PvP type of thing. That's kind of like not
like a territory.
Like that. Yeah, I think it's like kind of like Age of Empires or
yes, like
or
that.
Civs.
But I really like that one, and I learned how to play it just last month.
Ah. Isn't there an actual Age of Empires game, or Settlers Catan Age of Empires?
There has to be. I haven't seen it, but it sounds like a thing.
Okay. Yeah, those are the only 2 that I remember. I know there's this other one game where
oh my god.
Crap, what am I supposed to do here? There's this one other game where the whole map is sinking and you have to try to get out of it somehow. Yeah. Like
is it?
I don't know what the name is.
Does it come in like a like some kind of can, like it's in a tin. Sorry,
No, it's not that.
no.
It's an actual board
Not that
game.
one.
It's an actual board game, and like you put pieces on the board to represent the land and stuff like that. Oh, none of this is safe.
What's the name of this?
I don't know what the name is, but each turn the water level rises by a certain amount.
Isn't it
And
Forbidden Island?
maybe it sounds familiar.
That's the theme of that game.
It sounds familiar. I don't know what the point of it. I think you're supposed to get treasure or something, but at the same time the map is sinking. And if you stay too long, everyone dies. No one wins. You're basically going against the map. I remember that one. There was one that interested me, but I don't like from a while back. But I don't think I've ever seen anyone play it.
I sent you a picture of Forbidden Island. You can see it later and tell me if that's the one that you're thinking.
Maybe. It looks familiar, but I'm not sure if it is.
Because that's what happens in that game. The map is sinking and you need to-
I see the thing, the water's rising. Yep, that's the one. That's the one.
Oh.
That is the one. How many more rounds do we have?
We're getting smoked by Jeremy right now.
Oh, we're still on Ace 3. Second round. Ouch.
We still have a while to go.
Okay. Let's see. There was this other game that I was thinking of. Call of Cthulhu?
Oh yeah, I know.
Or no, not that one, not that one. Is it Arkham or Horrors?
Oh, Arkham Horror. I played that.
Okay, that's the one I was thinking of.
One. That's a really fun one.
I remember back in the day, there were people online trying to make like custom bosses for that game, and that was like a huge thing.
Yeah, trust me, they still do that.
They still do that.
Yeah.
Isn't it like you have like 4 people like going around the map and trying to seal the?
Yeah, and you need to go into there are like portals that open up, and then you need to go into them and encounter something, and then you close them, and you need to close all of them before the monster comes out.
Isn't it supposed to be like a pretty hard game, or does it depend on the boss that you're?
It depends on the boss that you're facing, but it is a hard game. Although it's not hard as like unreasonable hard, it's just hard enough.
Hard enough. Okay.
Oh, that's
because I remember when I was exposed to that, there were a bunch of Toho characters made into bosses.
Okay.
And if do you know anything about Toho?
Yes, I do know about Toho. I used to play it a lot.
Okay.
I am a fellow degenerate.
Fellow degenerate? How far back are we talking about?
I couldn't tell you a year. I could tell you.
Don't say a year. Say like what game? What was your first Toho game? How far back? With that, as far as games go, or do you game? Do you do the games? Do you do just?
I was into the games. In the bullet hell games.
Okay.
Yeah, and I really liked it. But...
So like my first Toho game was Immaterial and Missing Power, which is not the bullet hell game. That's a fighting game.
Oh, okay. It's one of those. Okay.
Yeah, but I did go back and play the early ones like crap, I forgot what's it called? ESOD. Oh no, what was the first? What was 6 called? The one with the Scarlet Devil Mansion. What was that one called? I know Imperishable Night is after Perfect Cherry Blossom, and Perfect Cherry Blossom is supposed to be the standard for at least the older Toho games.
I don't remember which one was it. I think I would have to listen to the title and say yes or no. But it was a long time ago.
Okay. Do you remember what happens in the game? Like what the setting was?
What the story was?
Not story, but setting. Because I don't think
Setting.
I don't think anyone reads the story.
I don't know. I mean, I was like a witch, and I was flying and shooting stuff.
That doesn't narrow it down much.
Yeah, exactly. Thing is that I think that was when I was still starting to learn English, so I didn't know what was going on. I just knew that I was playing the game.
Was there a waterfall?
A waterfall.
Okay, let's just say that as a no. No waterfalls. Let's see. Cherry blossoms. Were there cherry blossoms?
I don't remember that.
Vampires. Were there any vampires?
No, there were no vampires.
Was it always night?
Yes.
Okay, imperishable night then.
Okay.
Were there
that did sound familiar, honestly.
do you remember fighting rabbits?
Maybe.
Okay, probably imperishable
Something
night.
like that.
High chance it imperishable night. Okay, so at least not far back. Look, Cat's getting some revenge here.
Toho, imperishable night. Oh, it's my turn. Sorry.
Huh?
I was doing research.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Imperishable night.
Was it the one?
I'm looking. Oh, that is absolutely the one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's either imperishable night that most people, at least for the older games, it's either imperishable night or perfect cherry blossom that most people run into if for the bullet hill stuff. Sometimes they run into the one before perfect cherry blossom. I keep forgetting the name. I want to call it Scarlet Devil Mansion, but Scarlet Devil Mansion is not what the title is. That is the setting.
That's the place the game happens
that's the place.
Okay.
It's called something else. Embodiment of Scarlet Devil. Thank you, Sola. I know it was EOSD. That's the short name for it, but I just don't remember what it stood for. Yeah.
So we have some Toho heads in the.
I used to do a bunch of Toho stuff. Not necessarily the gaming part. I mean, I did a little bit, but I did other stuff for Toho things. So yeah, that's all I can say about that one.
That's all you can or all you want.
I don't think we need to get into it here. I don't
Okay,
mind.
that's okay,
I don't mind talking about it, but I don't think we need to get into it here specifically. But yeah, how did we get into this conversation?
I don't know. I have no idea, honestly.
Yeah, that's just kind of how it goes sometimes, right? That's kind of how it goes sometimes. But Toho. It's been a while since I played any Toho game. I know there's one coming out this year.
There are still games coming out? Wow.
Oh yeah. There's a game coming out this year. Zune doesn't what do you call it? Doesn't release them as often as he used to. Like before, he used to release them every single year. But not for a while. And when something did get released, it's usually by a different group. But so it's like a 0.5 or a 0.4 or a 0.3 game, not like a main number game or something like that.
But are they canon still?
There are sides. I guess the decimal point numbers are side story canon. So yeah, technically still, but it's not like a main Toho shooter game. It's if it's a side game, it's usually like a fighting game or a picture game, like Shoot the Bullet is, where you like have a camera and stuff.
Okay, yeah, I see.
But there's also there are actually Toho PvP games. One was Phantasmagoria and Dim Dream, I think is one of them, but that's a super old one. I think that's a PC 98 game I just mentioned.
What kind of game was that?
a PvP Toho shooter game. Like,
Oh,
have you seen one of those before?
I haven't.
So basically, you play like a normal Toho game, except the screen is split into two, one on each side. So player 1 is on one side, player 2 is on another side, and you just keep shooting the fairies and everything else that comes down as usual. But you have to like do certain chains and stuff to send things to the other side, like to the other player, so to like overwhelm them and stuff. Think of it like Tetris. Think of
Like
it
the
like you
what's it
like in Tetris you clear lines, and the more you clear lines, the faster you clear lines, you send blocks over to the other side. And
yeah, like Tetris 99.
yeah,
You
yeah.
mean? Okay, I see.
Yeah, so in Toho it would be like killing as many enemies as possible and in certain combos, and then you send more Danmaku to the other side. Not necessarily more enemies, but more Danmaku to the other side that the other person has to dodge. And you have not as much space as a normal game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. Oh.
I had your
really?
tile. I had your tile.
Oh, okay. I got 2 red dragons. I dumped the first one and then the
Oh, am I
second
last
one came
again?
up.
I'm not
Uh,
last this time. Okay. Congratulations, Jeremy. Wow, I didn't realize you
Good
had
job, Jeremy.
I didn't realize you had a strong player there. Wow.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, the cats for that. It's I think my regulars tonight have not been doing so well. But I think that's gonna be our last game for today. Oh wow, it's already 2
Oh
hours.
my god, we're at 2 hours already. Wait.
Yeah, that first hit really hurt. Yeah. Okay, that's gonna be our last game for today. Thank you all for joining us with the games, but we're not quite done yet. So I'm gonna do something a little bit different here than what I usually do for our guests. Honestly, I haven't had many guests for Mahjong. I think you're like maybe the second person I've had as a guest for Mahjong. I used to do like a Mahjong podcast, and we would be talking between the 3 of the people, and then also do playing with chat. But
Oh, you mean okay? I thought you meant like a podcast about Mahjong.
no.
And I was like,
no,
how
no.
many episodes can you do about that?
No, it's not specifically about Mahjong, but if you want to check it out,
Okay.
I do have a playlist on the podcast section of the YouTube channel, by the way, if you want to check that out. This will also be in the podcast section on the YouTube channel. If you guys want to go back and just listen, you can just listen, or you can also watch the plays. But yeah, just a quick what do you call this? A quick advertisement for my channel specifically.
Yeah, it's okay.
but-
You gotta self-promote.
Self promotion. That's what I was gonna say. But yeah, I do want, since you I didn't do this last time because I didn't have this idea, but I saw a stream from Takanashi Kiara from Hololive
Yay.
English, where she does a talk show kind of thing, and she does this section for rapid round questions.
Oh my god.
And so we will try a rapid round question with our guests starting today. I didn't do it last time because I didn't have the idea, but today we will start it. I don't have anything on screen, but this is going to be really, really quick. I'll give you like a few seconds to answer before going through them. This is going to be super easy, nothing too deep. So
Okay.
just whatever the first thing that comes into your head, okay?
Okay.
I don't think I have a timer, but maybe I should put a timer just on my side. Let's see, timer. No, that's not it. Oh, this one, reset. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's start. Hot or cold weather?
Cold.
Cold. Rice, noodles, or bread?
Bread.
Bread, okay. Favorite fast food? It can be local or it can be international, doesn't matter.
It's pizza.
Pizza.
Yes.
Ah, okay. For shorts, do you do YouTube or TikTok?
I do TikTok.
TikTok. Juice or soda?
Sorry, I didn't
Juice or soda?
understand. Soda.
Would you rather climb a mountain or would you rather run a marathon?
I would rather climb a mountain.
A mountain. Sounds easier anyway. PC gamer or console gamer?
PC gamer.
PC gamer. Pineapple and pizza, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, nice!
Yes.
Spicy food or sweet food?
Spicy food.
Spicy food, how hot?
All the hot, as much as possible.
As much as possible, okay. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Coffee. This might be specific to my channel, but because I do travel stuff. Guided tours, or would you rather explore a place by yourself?
I'd rather explore a place by myself.
Explore by yourself, okay.
Yes.
Sleep naked or with clothes?
Clothes.
With clothes, okay. Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Christmas! Christmas is nice. Favorite cuisine?
Oh, Japanese.
Japanese. Would you rather, when communicating with someone else, text on phone or talking to them on the phone?
I text. I'd rather text.
Text, okay. Are you the type to give presents or receive presents?
I love giving presents.
Okay. For traveling, would you if it's someplace where you can, well, like let's say it's not overseas, okay? For a trip not overseas, would you rather do a road trip or fly?
I'd rather fly.
Fly. Zodiac sign.
Aquarius.
Aquarius. Okay, final question. Answer tits.
Tits.
Tits? Okay. That's it. That's it for the lightning round questions.
Yay!
All right. Before we end for tonight, is there anything you want to announce before we finish off?
I want to well, I don't have yeah, next week I'm gonna start doing Switch stream, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, so you can go and watch me play some Tears of the Kingdom, maybe do some Smash and stuff. You can go there and we're gonna play and yay.
Okay, Switch Switch streams. Okay, so you because you got your capture card recently. Yeah.
Yes, you can go there, to my Twitch channel for that.
Okay, for anyone watching on my side, I do have Dan's info in the description if you want to check him out. So there's that. Let's see, for my announcements, so normally I do stream on Saturday nights, but I'm not streaming tomorrow. I will, since usually I do the Mahjong stream and to end the week whenever we do a Mahjong stream, but not tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a break day for me. I will have a video that I'm gonna be putting up. I hate to say filler, but it's kind of like a filler video, so just please take it as a filler when it does come up.
It's content.
It's content. It's content. I'm trying to do more video stuff, but right now I'm kind of focused on doing ASMR videos. That's kind of the direction I've been doing ever since the first ASMR stream. I enjoyed the ASMR stream, but I don't think I can do an ASMR stream all the time. So I rather do ASMR videos as I get ideas for them, which is basically what I'm trying to do, at least, you know, to fill that stuff in. But yeah, that's kind of what the plan is. But I will be back streaming next week. For next week, we did have a poll recently where I had my people going through my channel, my viewers, pick what we're playing, and we're gonna be starting Borderlands next week on Fridays. We're gonna be doing Borderlands on Fridays. I might try to do a twice a week stream on that one. We'll see, but I also kind of want to start doing horror games in the rotation because I'm not gonna be Here in October for the most part. So gonna get some horror streams in the rotation too.
For the people that are interested in that and want to see Ruka's channel, it's on the chat. I just dropped it, so you can go there, go subscribe, like the videos.
Yep, that helps. Also, please check Dan out. Information is in the description as mentioned. I think that's it. Gonna do it for us today. We are gonna end. I have to get to bed because I have to work tomorrow. So All right. Thank you all for watching, everyone. And have a good rest of your day. Goodbye. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for coming here to you. Thank you for inviting me, Ruka.
Thank you for coming here also. Hope we can do this again another time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.